Hello friends, myself Arnab Kundu. You are watching my channel Technical Arcoin. In this AI ML series, today I will discuss what is deep learning and neural network. Also discuss what is neurons. Okay, and also I will discuss today the learning process of neural network. Right. The core steps of machine learning and deep learning programs in Python are: the number one is the input libraries, number two load or create the data sets, number three pre-processes the data, number four split the data, number five train the model, number six predict the output, number seven evaluate the model, and number eight save and deploy the model. Right, and also I will discuss today the three different hardware resources which is needed in case of machine learning program and also deep learning program are CPU, central processing unit, GPU, graphics processing unit, and TPU, tensor processing unit. So go to the computer screen, slide by slide I will discuss today's topic elaborately. So let's dive in. So friends, today I will discuss deep learning and neural networks. Understand how machine thinks like humans, right? So at first we should know what is deep learning. Deep learning is a subfield of machine learning that uses artificial neural networks ANN to learn complex patterns from large amounts of data, right? Just like the human brain learns from experience, deep learning allows machines to learn from data using multiple layers of processing. Okay, why it is called deep learning? Because the network can have many hidden layers, making it deep. More layers help learn complex patterns but also need more data and computing power. Okay, so this image shows that machine learning and deep learning just the subfield of the artificial intelligence. According to the problem, we select either machine learning or deep learning. For more complex, we go for deep learning. And this image shows the each and every hidden layer. These are the hidden layers are shown here, and these circles are the neurons, right? Now I am talking about the neural network. What is neural network? A neural network is a set of algorithms inspired by the human brain. It is made up of nodes or known as neurons organized in layers, right? Input layer receives data like image, text, video, etc. Hidden layers perform calculations and learn patterns. Output layer gives the result or outcomes like a predictions. This image shows the deep neural network architecture. These are the input layers and these are the hidden layers. But we have provided here only three layers, not necessarily only the three hidden layers should be there. It may be plenty according to the complexity of the program. And the last layer is the output layer, where from we get the outcomes, the predictions, right? Now I am talking about what is neuron, also known as perceptron. Okay, each node in a neural network is a neuron, means these nodes are the neurons. Okay, it receives input and applies a weight, passes it through an activation function. I just discuss later what is activation function. Okay, and sends output. Okay, in deep learning, a neuron, also called a perceptron, is the basic building blocks of a neural network. Okay, just like a cell is to the human brain. Okay, a perceptron is a mathematical model of a biological neuron. It takes inputs, multiplies them by weights, adds a bias, applies an activation function, and then produces an output or predictions. Okay, Now I am talking about the neural network's learning process, right? Input is given, suppose a photo of cat. The network processes it through neurons. Each neuron does simple calculations and passes the result to the next layer. The final output is produced, just for example, a cat. So this image shows the learning process of a neural network. So this x1 and x2, these are the input features. These go into first hidden layer, and these gray circles with level to 1 are the bias nodes added to each layer. Okay, now the forward propagation is concerned, just passes the signal from left to right, and each layer computes z equal to w into x plus b, where z is the output, x is the input, w is the weight matrix, and b is the bias vector. Okay, and then applies the activation function fz and some activation functions like ReLU or Sigmoid or Tanh. Okay, and this output layer gives the prediction, and it is compared with the true value, that is the correct answer from the data set. Okay, and the difference between these predictions and the true value is the error or the loss, right? And then we talk about the loss function, and this actually computes the loss score. Okay, some of the loss functions like mean square error, MSE, and also the cross entropy. Okay, bigger the loss, the worse the prediction, right? And after that, the backward propagation is going on, which is passes the signal from right to left. Okay, the loss score is sent backward to update the weights, use the gradient descent and optimizer, right? So optimizer just updates the weight, and this iterative process repeats with many epochs until the loss is minimized. One epoch equal one full cycle through the entire training data set, right? So this is the learning process of neural network. So neural network learns by adjusting weights using forward and backward propagation in a loop, right? So this image shows the overall learning process of a neural network, right? Now I am talking about the activation functions, adding intelligence to neurons. Activation functions introduce non-linearity to the model, allowing it to learn complex patterns like images, text, speech, etc. Without them, the entire neural network becomes just a linear equation, which limits learning capacity. So for make it non-linearity, we need these activation functions, right? Why activation is needed? Real world problems like image recognition, sentiment analysis are non-linear. Activation functions help the model make decisions like yes or no, positive or negative, etc. They decide whether a neuron should be activated or not based on the input. So there are the three different activation functions are there, which are so much popular. One is ReLU, another is Sigmoid, another is Tanh. So equation is like that. For ReLU is concerned, function of x, max, argument 0 and x, range start from 0, but so they have no specific end, right? So use case first, widely used in hidden layers. Sigmoid, this function fx equal to 1 by 1 plus e to the power minus x, range 0 to 1, and use case binary classification, the last layer is concerned. Tanh, this equation is fx e to the power x minus e to the power minus x divided by e to the power x plus e to the power minus x, range from minus 1 to 1, and use case good for centered output, right? So these are three are the most popular activation functions, right? Now talk about why deep, because they have many hidden layers. Deep means the network has multiple hidden layers to learn complex patterns. A shallow neural network has only one hidden layer, but a deep neural network has multiple hidden layers. Okay, each layer extracts features and passes them to the next. Deep learning also includes specialized deep architectures like CNN, convolutional neural network used for image recognition, object detection and computer vision tasks. RNN, recurrent neural network, based for sequential data like text, time series and speech. GAN, generative adversarial network, used to generate realistic images, videos or audio, example deep fake, right? Transformer, backbone of models like BERT and GPT, excels in natural language processing and translations, okay? And autoencoders, used for unsupervised learning, data compression and denoising, okay? So these are the hidden layers. Plenty of hidden layers means it's more deep, the neural network, because according to the complexity of the problem, we choose how many hidden layer should need for your problem is concerned, right? Means for the neural network is concerned, right? Now I'm talking about the deep learning concept. So the tools or library which is actually used for the Python is concerned, one is the TensorFlow, other is the Keras, other is the PyTorch. TensorFlow, this is developed by the Google in the year 2015, and Keras is the submodule of the TensorFlow, and PyTorch is developed by the Facebook, which is now known as Meta, in the year 2016, okay? And the core steps of machine learning and deep learning program are: number one, import libraries, means the Python modules. Number two, load or create data set. Number three, pre-process data. Number four, split the data into two parts, training and testing, okay? Number five, train the model. Number six, predict the output. Number seven, evaluate the model. Number eight, save and deploy the model, right? But some differences between this machine learning program and deep learning program in model building and training process, right? These are the Python libraries used to build and train neural networks easily. So these are the different Python libraries: TensorFlow, Keras and the PyTorch, right? Deep learning mimics the brain with neural networks and allows machines to learn from big data. It powers some of the most advanced AI systems in the world today, and also should know the resources, the hardware resources which is used in machine learning and deep learning is concerned: the CPU, central processing unit, GPU, graphics processing unit, and TPU, tensor processing unit. When the small and medium machine learning program, in that case we need this CPU. Most popular manufacturers like Intel, the AMD are there. If some accelerate in the training process or training timing is concerned, then we are using this GPU. Popular manufacturer like NVIDIA, AMD, and for huge massive computations or for complex operation, complex problem, then we are using this TPU, which is built by the Google, right? Now we talk about the real world applications of deep learning or neural network is concerned. Face recognition is there, description is the Facebook, auto tags photos, voice assistants like Siri, Alexa understand commands, self-driving cars, detect people, roads, traffic lights, medical diagnosis, predict diseases from scans or data, language translation, Google Translate, real-time subtitles, right? Real life use cases, handwriting recognition, example digit recognition, spam detection in emails, spam or not spam, speech to text systems, stock market predictions, and face unlock in smartphones, right? Now if we conclude today's video, deep learning mimics the brain, uses neural networks. A neuron or perceptron is the core unit that receives inputs, applies weights, bias and passes through an activation function, right? Works best with large data sets, power many AI applications today. Deep learning allows machines to not just see and hear, but to understand and learn from data just like humans, right? I hope you have understood today's video. Today's video is about the deep learning and the neural network. If you have some doubts, just write in the comment section. I will try to solve this problem. In this AI ML series, in my upcoming video, I will demonstrate how to write simple ML program and DL program using Python in Google Colab. Those who are still not subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. Keep watching Technical Argument for more videos, and new AI ML topics will come very soon. So today up to this. Thank you and bye bye.